Welcome to season number 2 of True Abutment's InTRUview. You know, season 1 was so much fun to shoot, and we love capturing all the stories from so many clients and sharing them with you week after week. Season number 2 promises not to disappoint, and that's why we decided to kick it off here at Flores Family Dental in Viva Las Vegas. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's just go meet the doctor. So I appreciate you sitting down with me. I did some stalking on you, and I found out you're a San Diego guy. You grew up in San Diego, went to high school, went to college. We got a lot in common.
Yeah. Originally from San Diego. Came out here for dental school in 2004. You know, when you go to UNLV, they never tell you, but you quickly realize it stands for You Never Leave Las Vegas.
I've never heard that before. I'm gonna use that. Never heard that.
Should. Met my wife while I was in dental school. We have 4 beautiful children, set our roots down here in Las Vegas. We're implanted in this community, and I don't have any plans to go anywhere.
Yeah, you have your family that moved out here. Everything has worked out really well for you. All I want to know is how this all came about. How and why did you get into dentistry? Do you have family in dentistry? Did you just fall into it?
So I do have some family in dentistry. My mom's brother, my uncle, his wife is a dentist in San Diego, and during the time when I was in junior high, they had immigrated from the Philippines, and she was a dentist in the Philippines and became a dentist in the United States. A lot of that kind of triggered my idea of like, oh, maybe I could do that too. And I knew at a young age that I always wanted to help people. I just didn't know how I wanted to do it. I also learned early on I like working with my hands. I like the idea of being a business owner, and so I looked at dentistry. Started diving into that. Working with my hands every day is fantastic, and being able to help people almost immediately. You can provide a sense of gratification that you can't do sometimes necessarily in medicine. Like eventually you get there, and that's the hope. But sometimes in dentistry, you can like, hey, a patient comes in, I got a toothache, and like I can fix that. You know, like hey, let me fix that for you, and that's it. I was hooked.
What do your patients say about you?
I get a lot of patients, so we do no marketing. I don't market on anywhere. Like if you
really, it's just word of mouth.
It's all word of mouth. So a lot of our patients are referral based. And that's the highest compliment that I can ever receive is that somebody trusts me with their friend or their family, or hell, even a stranger at this point. It's great. Like obviously working in the plaza that we have, there's a lot of foot traffic, so that goes to say that we do get some patients from there, but I would say probably 80% of our patients is word of mouth, and we do appreciate it as practice. They would tell me, and I've heard this before, like I don't pull any punches. Like I'm not going to sit there and sugarcoat things for you. Like I'll tell you how it is in a very professional, loving manner. And if I know the patient, you know, there might be some F-bombs dropped here and there, you know, and they appreciate it. It's not ever malicious or mean. It's always, you know, hey, listen, like if you were my brother, if you were my sister, this is what I would tell you to do. And if you don't want to do it, it's fine. There's 2 things I can't make you do. I can't make you open your mouth and your wallet. So it's up to you. I appreciate when people are real with me, and so I feel like that resounds in like the kind of patients that we get.
But where did that communication style come from?
You know, I did a lot of sales when I was a kid.
Okay.
So growing up, I mean, I started work at like 15 and a half, got my permit. I worked at a sneaker store. I worked at, you know, SeaWorld. I worked at, you know, I did tires before I was a dentist. You know, I did lots of stuff like with people. So just people interaction, like that's what makes me feel alive, is like when I get to serve and when I get to be around people. And if I get to do both those things and couple it with something I know really well, man, it really like fires my passion up for it.
How did you build your team, and what separates your practice from other practices here locally? So
our team was built literally from the ground up. Like when I had left the previous practice that I was managing, that practice actually closed down. The dentist who was Dr. Pamela Robinson, she brought me in and mentored me, and she knew she was terminally ill. She was given 6 months to live, and she fought cancer for 2 years, fantastically, might I add. As her condition worsened, the purchase of her practice didn't come to fruition, so I bought this practice. I was able to bring on some of the staff with me, and literally we had three employees, one of them being me, and we started this from basically the ground up. And I would say probably a good 80% of the patients that I cared for at the previous practice that closed ended up finding us. Building our team was very much like I needed people around me that were going to be people that would bring out the best in me, people that would challenge me to do great dentistry, challenge me to be a better person. The way we bring in staff is we look for things you can't teach. You can't teach work ethic, and you can't teach people personality skills.
That's right.
Like, those two things that we can't teach. So everything else we feel like we can teach somebody how to do dentistry, and our team grew, and now we're at 11. Without them, literally none of my successes would be where they're at. My envision for any practice that I was going to open was going to be a family practice. It was always that idea to be able to have a place where entire families can show up. I do see a number of children. I probably see more children than most general dentists would say that they do. We have a very strong following with the military base. I have a military background. My dad served 20 years in the Navy. So I feel like I owe it to the men and women of service to be able to provide service for them. But yeah, I think that's what separates our practice from a lot of practices in Las Vegas, is that we do cater toward families.
How do you stay on top of technology and CE? What type of CE courses do you take?
I've always been interested in especially the advent of digital dentistry. I like technology. Like, I mean, even my house, my truck, my practice, like I like to have the newest and shiniest things. I don't tend to buy them immediately outright. I like to, look at the products. True Abutment has been awesome for me. It has allowed me to take implant dentistry to a level that I often see people struggle. And the 3D printing in dentistry right now, like, is incredible. Like, I have an EnvisionTech printer with Desktop Health, and the stuff that they're coming out with is phenomenal. Like, I know there are materials out there that are going to be FDA approved for permanent use in the mouth, things like that, and just be able to offer a patient, hey, I can do this in like a couple of hours if you want to come back. Like, all right, cool. Like patients appreciate that. Like, they don't want to wait 2 weeks for something. They don't want to wait 3 weeks for something. They want that gratification, and digital dentistry allows me to provide that for people.
So for the individuals that are watching right now, what piece of advice would you give for maybe somebody new, just starting out in the industry? What piece of advice would you give them to always keep in mind?
Be true to yourself. Like, know what you enjoy doing, know your worth, and don't be afraid to try, because, I mean, you'll never know if you can do it or you can't do it, and you're right either way if you don't do it, if you don't try. But yeah, I say always be true to yourself. Don't let money, don't let pressure from others dictate how you're gonna do your business. Oftentimes I'll tell my patients, I'm like, listen, I gotta look my kids in the eye at night and tell them that daddy did a good job today, and be able to put my head on my pillow and sleep. So if that means not doing this or not doing that, or doing this or doing that, be ethical about it, so that way I can truly tell them that I did a good job today. Y'all want a TikTok page just saying that? Oh, thank you. Who would like to open the present? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, here you go, Jess. Here, look. That works out perfectly with the new Yes, there you go. Perfect. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate it. Now we have one in the office. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Doctor, I appreciate you letting us come in, chatting with you, introducing us to your office, telling your story as well. It's such a great story, and I love the fact that you're from San Diego.
I appreciate you guys coming out, man. Thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, good luck with everything.
Thanks so much, guys.
All right, see you later.
Have a good one.
Well, there you go, another episode in the books. Join us next time as we continue to travel all around the country, chatting with guys just like that. See ya.